What is going on, YouTube? If this is your first time watching me, my name is Mari. I think I'm gonna start this series of doing at least one leak code a day. Um, I'm gonna go through the Leetcode 150. I have done it before. It's been like a couple weeks or probably a month where I stopped doing it, and I know some concepts of data structures. I'm not really the best, but the videos I'm gonna do is raw, unedited of me learning the leak code problem step by step. You're gonna see me struggle. You're gonna see me sometimes I can't solve the problem, but I'm gonna try to understand the concepts and try to solve a different problem, but with the same concept. If it's maybe a medium or a little bit more difficult, but the main idea of me doing these videos is to hold myself accountable to at least do one leak code a day. But if I'm free that day, I'll be doing more videos on different problems of leak code. I'm not gonna create the same video. Say I'm solving I don't know, fizz buzz, and then I solve contains duplicate in one video. I'm gonna just name this video the certain problem solving, stop recording, and then do another video of a different problem, just for people to click the video and because they want to watch me solve that problem and not a different problem. But anyways, I'm not the best at leak code. I don't know, I'm gonna curse, but you guys are probably watching the video way more cracked than me. I don't know, I'm not the best. I'm really doing these videos to hold myself accountable. If you want to come and join me and learn with me, please do, or shoot a comment down below where you at, or if you have any tips or tricks, please. I would love to hear your guys's advice. But anyways, it's a school night. I got college tomorrow and I'm super tired. I do stream, by the way, so I'm learning C, some memory management shit on Twitch right now. So if you want to go search Tech with Madi on Twitch, come join me. But yeah, I just wanted to do my first ever leak code problem with me introducing myself. I've done videos before, so if you go look through my YouTube page, you'll see. But I'm gonna start this series of doing at least one leak code every day. And again, I'm not the best, so don't comment down, "Oh my god, this guy is cooked," in my comments. I know, that's why I'm doing these videos, so I can get better. So yeah, just let's get into it. So like I said, I'm gonna be starting the Leetcode 150 problems, and the first problem is contains duplicate. So by the way, with these videos, that will help me a lot doing is talking. So you watch this video, I'm talking to you, which helps me. So in an interview, I'm talking to the interviewer. Yeah, so I want to practice my talking as well. So tell me if you guys have any like communication tips on how to talk through leak code, or like how to start solving these first. But let's get straight into it. So I've solved this before. I have an idea how. So contains duplicate, given an integer array nums. Return true if any value appears at least twice in the array, and return false if every element is distinct. So example 1, the nums is 1 2 3 1. Right off the bat, just reading that, we know there's 2 1s, so that's true. The element 1 occurred at the indices 0 and 3, so it occurred twice, so that's true. We're looking for it to at least appear twice for it to be true. And when we return false, if the numbers are duplicated. So I think that's pretty easy to understand. I don't know what oh sorry, let me exit out this stuff right here. I don't know what else to explain this as. So in example 2, nums 1 2 3 4, all these numbers happened once. There's not another one. There's not a number 2. There's not a number 3. Then all these happen once, so that's false. All the elements are distinct to themselves. This is true. There's a lot of duplicate numbers. And yeah, there's the constraints. So let's tackle this problem. So right off the bat, of course, Leetcode says it's a hash map topic, but in my head, I am thinking that, yep, we use a hash map. I don't know if how you guys do your guys' like how you guys solve Leetcode. I really don't really take notes, as in like not like a paper and like write down, but the way I do it is just literally whatever I think in my head I just do. So I'm gonna just try something new today. Maybe my like comments. I don't know. Let's just see if this helps or not. So am I tripping or is this inside the? Yeah, that's inside. Oh, maybe I'm just. Fuck, man. That's 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so the first thing that I'm thinking is create a hash map to store these below. I can't spell shite. So the keys are gonna equal. So the keys are gonna equal the numbers. So integers, and then the values are gonna be how many times how many times so let's just say in my head, like, let's just say we create a hash map and we do a for loop that iterates through. Okay, let's just write these down and just do one by one. I'm going too fast. So let's just do this right here just to keep these together. What the heck was that? Let's tab this right here. So the values, what we're gonna store in the hash map, we're gonna store how many times the number is. Let's say the number appears. Oh, I can't spell for nothing. What is it? Appears in the array, right? Which this as well is gonna be a integer. Oh, integer. I'm thinking this. Should this be a string? I don't know. We're gonna figure that out on the way. Okay, let's just like, if it's a string, so the key be like a like, I'm saying like, I don't know, the dictionary is gonna have this, and the first one is gonna be like 1 is gonna be has happened one time. I don't know. Let's just keep moving on. So we create a dictionary. Okay. But we know what we want to store in a dictionary, but how do we implement it? So I don't know if it's like, you guys give me tips, bro. I don't know how, like, the way to like structure solving a Leetcode problem. You know what I mean? Like, should I write pseudocode? Like should I write a pseudocode and then implement it? Like, is that a good strategy? I don't know. I don't usually do these these notes before I solve. I just really just go into it. But I just want to practice my thinking, I guess. I don't know. You guys let me know, man. I'm not the best at this. So let's see. Okay, so we have to create a for loop. So create a for loop iterating through nums. Iterate through nums. So we iterate through nums. We check if the num is in the dict. If it's not in, we make it equal to, if not in, make the num a key and the value equal to 1. And if in the dict, we're gonna, if it's in the dictionary, we're gonna add 1 to the value. So now we have the dictionary. So the dictionary should look like, so right here, so for example 1, it should be 1 is equal to 2, 2 is equal to 1, 3 is, it's not equal, it's just say, that's not the correct syntax, I don't know, the correct way to say it. It should be 1, the key is, how should I say this? The key 1 is value is 2, 2's key's value is 1, 3's key's value is 1. I don't know if I said that right. And then after, so that's what we have now. Now we have to check it. Let's do a for loop that checks if any value is greater than 2. If any value is greater than 2, return false. Else return true. Okay, this is what I have so far. Let's try to implement it and let's just give it a go. So we have to create a dictionary, so I'm gonna just name it, let's just say hashy map. So let's call it hashy map. So so the first thing is we created the hash map. So now we know that we have to create a for loop. So for num in nums, we're getting the one number, so we got 1. So now we have to check if the num in, okay, let's just say if it's in, okay, we should say in, we can say not in, but else add, whatever, we could just do if num in if num is in the hashy map, if the num is in, wait, no, yeah, if num in hash map, we want to get the hash maps key and add 1 to it. Else, if it's not, we want to make, there's a trick that one of my friends showed me, I forgot, where it's like fuck, I really liked it. It's like one liner. It's like you don't even need to do the if or else. It's like a one liner to check if the if that value's in the thing. If not, it sets. I forgot, but we'll just do it this way. I don't know. I'm not. Again, I'm saying this again. I'm not the best at Leetcode. I'll get there. I just gotta keep doing this every day. Else, we're just gonna do a hash. We're gonna make the hashy map equal to 1. Oh, whoa. We need to set the num equal to 1. Okay, this is what I have so far. Let's do a little test case right here. Let's print the hashy map and let's see what happens real quick. Let's see if we get the correct dictionary. So we get 1 2 2 1 3 1. Okay, it's working. Okay. So 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 1. Okay, cool. So we're getting what we need. So basically what we needed to what I talked about earlier. So now everything right here is right. Now we have to do this for loop right here, and I think we're done. So do a loop that checks if any. So do a loop that checks for any value greater than 2. So now we need the values of I'm giving this a for value in hashy map the values. Is this how it? I don't know. Let's print value. I don't know if this for loop is the correct way. Two and 1. Oh my god, yes, it is. 1 1 1. Oh my god. Boys or girls, ladies and gents. We are cooking. Okay, now it's easy. So if we check if before load that check. So if value is greater than 1, we return false. Wait, no, we return true. Wait, what? Return true if any value appears twice in. So yeah, this is true. It's not the other way around. Else false. Whoa. Rather your syntax. Wait, what? What am I doing? Return. Sorry guys, I'm so sleepy. What time is it? I gotta go to sleep. Let's see. Let's submit. Fingers crossed. Oh shit. What did we do wrong? So 214. Output was false. If value is greater than 1. Weird. What is the issue? So for value, we're getting, so 2. So what do we get? We get the 2 1 1 1. And we gotta check it. Elements 1. Oh, what the fuck? So 2, 14, 18, 22, 22. Oh, this happened twice. So it's 2. What the heck? I'm not like understanding why. So 2, 14. a stupid idea. Like I said, guys, I am not the best. So nums is equal to... What the heck? Get away. What? Run? Huh? From out of line 12, syntax return outside the function. What? Did I do that? What do you mean return is outside the function? Oh, stupid ass. No. Oh shit. My bad, guys. You know what I'm gonna blame? I'm gonna blame that I'm so tired. You guys don't believe me. I said 11:51 p.m. and I'm gassed, bro. That's a horrible... Damn, that sucks. But before we end this video, I did solve this before. I don't know what this is. Let's look at the video. Try to understand it, guys, together. How did he solve it? Just real quick. So for I in range. Alright, let's look what he does.
Hey everyone, welcome back, and let's write some more Leetcode today. So today let's solve contains duplicate. This is another problem from the Flying 75 list of questions we've been working on. So I like this problem because it's a good problem for beginners, but there's also multiple solutions to it that I'd like to go over in this video. So we're given an array of numbers. We want to return true if there's any value in that list of numbers that appears at least twice, but maybe it could appear 3 times or 4 times, right? Just at least twice. And we want to return false if there aren't any values that appear at least twice. Basically what that means is that every value in the array is
I think we understand the problem.
And we'd have to do that for every number. Then we have to check, is the second number a duplicate? How do we know? We have to compare it to every other number. We do the same thing with the third one and the last one. And so since we're doing it for every number in the array, the overall time complexity is going to become n squared. And by the way, in this case, n is just the size of the input array. So the brute force solution is big O n squared time complexity, but the good thing is we don't need any extra memory, so the memory complexity is big O of 1. It's definitely not a bad solution, but the question is, can we do better than that? And yes, we definitely can. A second approach that will help us is sorting. What happens if we took this array and we sorted it? It would look a little bit different. It would look like this. Okay, but how does sorting help us? Well, let's think about it. If we sort the input, then any duplicates that do exist in the array, and clearly we see that 2 duplicates exist at the beginning of the array, they're going to be adjacent. So when we're trying to detect any duplicates in here, we only have to iterate through the array once. And as we do that, we're just going to be comparing 2 neighbors in the array, checking if they're duplicates. Next, we're going to shift our pointers to the next spot. Are these duplicates? Are these duplicates? Etc., etc., until we've finished the entire array. In this case, we see that these 2 adjacent values are duplicates, so we can return true. And what's the time complexity of this? Well, the one pass is just going to be big O of n, but we know that sorting does take extra memory, or not extra memory, it does take extra time complexity, and that time complexity is n log n. So that's the bottleneck in this solution. But again, we don't need extra space if you don't count the space that's used by the sorting algorithm. So in this case, we do have a slightly better solution than brute force. But actually, if we use a little bit extra memory, and it's really a trade-off. If we sacrifice space complexity, we can actually achieve better memory complexity, and let me show you how. So suppose we don't sort our input, we're given the default input, but we use extra memory. We use a hash set. But what exactly is a hash set going to do for us? It's going to allow us to insert elements into the hash set in big O of one time. But it's also going to allow us to check. We can ask our hash map, does a certain value exist? We want to know, does this 1 exist in the hash map? Well, if we start at the beginning of the array, so far nothing is in our hash map, so a 1 does not exist in our hash map. That means this 1 is not a duplicate. You can see that this is an improvement over the brute force. Previously, to determine if this was a duplicate, we had to check every other value in the array. This time we don't. But after we have checked if this is a duplicate, we do have to add it to our hash set, because later on, if we encounter a 1, like over here, then we determine that this is a duplicate because we know that there's already a 1 in our hash set. So next we're going to check 2. 2 is not a duplicate, add it here. Is 3 a duplicate? Nope, add it here. 1, is this a duplicate? Yep, there's a 1 over here. So we return true. This does contain duplicates. And by
Whoa, so I don't know if you guys peeped what the difference Nico did and I did. So I kind of did it the longer way, where I stored the key and added the value more and more. The way he did it is, if you just check, you store the number in a hash set and check if this number in the hash set. Oh, I see that. I see it. I don't know if you guys caught it, but you guys probably already know, maybe, but I don't know. But whatever, I'll stop explaining it. Let me talk.
the way, since each operation was just big O of 1, we had to do that for every value in the input array, and we only had to scan through the list of inputs once. The time complexity is going to be big O of n, but the space complexity, we did have to sacrifice a little bit. We have to create a hash set, and the memory that hash set will use could be up to the size of the input array, which is n, so we do end up using extra memory. But that's not too bad. This is about as efficient as we can get in terms of time complexity. So let's get into the code now. Okay, so now let's get into the code. So the first thing I'm going to do is create that hash set. In Python, you can do that just like this. It's just called a set. And then the simple thing is just going through every value in the input array nums, and before we end up adding it to our hash set, because remember, we want to add every one of these values to our hash set just like this. But before we even do that, we want to know, is n a duplicate? Does this value already exist in our hash set? And if it does, we know that our array contains duplicates. So we don't even have to continue through the rest of the array. We can immediately return true because we found a duplicate. But if it doesn't contain a duplicate, we're going to add that value, then iterate through the rest of the array of nums, and then the loop will exit, and then we can return false to indicate that we did not find any duplicates in the array. Now let's run the code to make sure that it works. And on the left, you can see that yes, it does work, and it is about as efficient as we can get. So I really hope that this was helpful. If it was, please like it.
There you guys go. My way's kinda okay, but I see how he did it. Of course, this is better. I see the connection. One thing I do want to check, let me go back with you guys. I'm not very good with like, I'm trying to learn the tips and tricks right now. Hash equals set. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT real quick. Can you explain to me the difference between so what is it? Hash set equals set parentheses. Is that how he did it? Hash set equals set parentheses, right? And then the way I did it, whatever. And hashi map. Let's see. Let's learn something new. Guys, these two lines create two different data structures. Hash set equals set. What is set? Properties. Creates no duplicates. Oh. So it's just a set. Is a bag of unique. If it, you can't have a duplicate of one or two. Here, you can't have a duplicate of the key. I see the mess up I did. What did he call it? Hash set equals set. Nice. Okay, well, we learned something new today, boys. This was the first ever Leetcode problem that I've done on my YouTube channel. I know it's 31 minutes, which is crazy, but I'm trying to get better. So I'll be doing a Leetcode problem every day. Maybe some days I do multiple. I'll post all the videos for a problem. But if this is your first time joining my seeing me or whatever, I don't cut anything in my videos. This is raw. You see me how I am, the real me. So I make mistakes. I probably won't solve probably 70% of the Leetcode problems. So just trying to get better and better. So I appreciate you for clicking this video. If you made it this far and you learned something new, comment down below. And yeah, stick for more videos, guys. So yeah, later.